Viewers, as India celebrates its 76th Republic Day, our border security forces remain resolute, upping their vigil and also trying to thwart any sort of incursion, be it via the waterways or the airways. In Pathankot, the BSF remains vigilant.
That is right, Deepak. And we have been seeing that these kind of exercises have been held right ahead of Republic Day, where security forces are looking for any threat. And this exercise has been happening for quite a while now, Deepak.
That's right, Shivangi. Now let's give our viewers an overview of what we were just discussing in a report.
The nation is celebrating Republic Day, and on this day, the forces on the borders are maintaining the highest level of alertness because the adversary is Pakistan and it is always in a bid to destabilize the region. Right now, we are in the Punjab frontier with the border security force, the troops that are ensuring that the area close to the J&K border is always intact and any attempt by the adversary is foiled well within the time. This is one of those borders where the BSF face manifold challenges. The challenges are not only from the ground threat, that is from the adversary, but also the threat that is there via drone. And since this is on the river of the on the edge of the river Ravi, it also poses a new threat, and that's why a manifold, a multi-placed infiltrations counter grid is in place. Right now we are in the forward area along with the BSF troops, and you see that how they are manning the borders, because on the other side it is the adversary Pakistan, and flowing through this is the river Ravi. That is one of the challenges because the drone threat is imminent. That is what the Pakistan has always been up to. The second threat that we have witnessed is of the ground intrusion by the Pakistani side, and especially the attempts to push in weapons and narcotics into the Indian territory. But these troops, including the Seema Praharis of the border security force, the Mahila Karmik and the soldiers of the BSF, they are ensuring that every movement from across the border is kept an eye at, because this becomes really very crucial at a juncture when we are days to or celebrating a national festival. And then comes the threat that is imminent, because there are regular inputs that are shared by the intelligence agencies about the possible mischief from the adversary. This area has been one of those that has witnessed most of the drone dropping attempt, but for the same and also to counter the threat of the narcotics into the Indian territory, these specialized dogs are what the BSF uses. These dogs are capable of sensing not only the drugs but also the explosives that are being sent from across the border, and when this drill is followed, they ensure that all the ridgeline or the border fence is intact, because it is that time when the nation is celebrating the Republic Day proudly. But the other side, the adversary makes every desperate attempts. But these troops of the border security force, equipped with the sophisticated weapons, like their logos shows, they are as quick as this can be. They are as fast as it is, and they are as fast to give a befitting reply to what the adversary do. And in this area of the Punjab that is close to Jammu and Kashmir, the BSF maintains a high level of alertness to thwart the attempt of the Pakistan. On the international border, it's a long area to man, and for the same, the BSF has brought in their specially trained horses into this entire area domination. These horses are the specially trained ones that are trained to tackle the situation, every situation, because here you have to move with the flash of the light, and these are the horses of the BSF that are trained, because on the other side is the adversary Pakistan, and there you cannot actually wait for a friction of second hand. Now you will also see once again they are moving in this area. And also these BSF troops, they also have the weapons loaded on their this horse that they are riding, and the speed that you see is actually what makes the difference for them. This is the speed of the light that is the game changer, because they can travel a roughly surface within a few seconds, and that is not possible for the vehicles, because in the international border area there are many areas where you cannot go by the vehicles or by two-wheelers. And there comes this giant killer, that is the specially trained horses of the border security force on the borders. Water channels on the international border have always been a traditional route of infiltration for the terrorists and their supporters to Indian territory. Right now we are in the Punjab frontier of the BSF, that is close to the Jammu and Kashmir, and in this stretch of the international border there have been multiple instances where the terrorists have sneaked in using these traditional routes of infiltration. It's the month of January. It's the peak winters here, but the water level in the river Ravi is somewhere close to 10 feet. That means you cannot ignore the threat that is posed by this side. But to ensure that the tricolor flies high, these troops of the Border Security Force deployed in the Western Command of the BSF ensures that every threat is given a befitting reply, and they march here round the clock. Day in and day out, they ensure that the attempt of the adversary is foiled well within the time. We have seen in the past as well that how there have been several attempts made by the Pakistani side, and so is the case this time also, because the troops of the BSF, they are ensuring that every attempt is foiled, and also the high-tech surveillance techniques along with the man and the machinery are being used. These are the real-time surveillance cameras that have been installed by the BSF in the boats that patrol in this Ravi, because here you will see that these are the high-resolution cameras that provide a real-time footage to the headquarters of the BSF in Punjab frontier about what is happening here. And it is not that during the daytime, because night patrols also go here, and here also you will see a series of lights that have been installed on over this river, because this is to ensure that during the night hours they can keep a tab on what is happening, because once this fence is breached, the person will land in the hinterland, and then it becomes really very challenging. But these troops of the BSF, they have been deployed in such a manner that they keep their sharp eye towards the adversary, that is Pakistan. And at this time, when we are celebrating a national festival, the Republic Day, they are ensuring that the public of this republic, they are safe. And as we march in the water, the gusty water of the river Ravi, that is one of the traditional infiltration routes, these brave hearts, these men and the women of the Seema Prahari BSF, they are the ones who are making the difference for the India, because on the other side is the Pakistan, but the attempt of the Pakistan is foiled within minutes, because these men have taken an oath to ensure that the sovereignty and the unity of Union of India remains intact. And as the nation celebrates this big day, here from the international border in the Jammu and Kashmir Punjab border, these men are making the difference with their zeal and their commitment towards the country.